version, how long will you mope over Saul? Which I thought was kind of, I don't really like the Message version, but I thought that was an interesting take on this passage. Moping seemed appropriate to me. A lady named Elizabeth Kubler-Ross gave us the 5 stages of grief, and those are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And if you've ever worked through those, you will find that you actually go through all those. Denial, that didn't happen. Anger, you get mad about it. Bargaining, if only I had done such and such, that wouldn't have happened. Depression, I can't get over this. And then finally, acceptance. Samuel seems to be kind of in all these, and one of the things that I think about Samuel is he's probably suffering from the FUD factor. Y'all ever heard of the FUD factor? It's F-U-D, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. A lot of times when we're making a decision, I suffer from the FUD factor. I'm fearful of what might happen. I'm uncertain about what might happen, and I doubt that I have the ability to do whatever it is I need to do. I think Samuel's in the midst of some of that, maybe. But then, so God tells Samuel asks Samuel, how long are you going to grieve? And then he gives him something to do. Pretty much directly related to what he's grieving about. He's grieving about Saul being king, being rejected as king, and then he tells him to go anoint a new king. And I wonder if in all this there's something that we can glean about ourselves having to deal with grief, particularly grief over forced change, that could help us in dealing with that. So Samuel is told by God, go to Bethlehem, seek out a guy named Jesse. I'm going to anoint one of his sons is going to be the new king, and I want you to anoint them. But he doesn't tell him who to anoint. I think a lot of us, when we come upon something where changes are going to happen or where something new is going to happen, we want the plan all laid out. This is exactly what's going to happen, and here's what's going to happen. And frankly, God really doesn't work that way. God gives you enough to make the next step. We want to know how the game is going to turn out before it's played, right? And then we'll get on the field and start playing. That's not how it works. God said, go to Bethlehem, find Jesse, one of his sons is going to be the new king, but doesn't tell him who. And so then Samuel's got to work through that, work down the list. Jesse's got 8 sons, but only 7 of them are at the sacrifice. Got to wait on the 8th one. And that's the one it ends up being. So, what's our reaction to change? How do we deal with our grief? Do we mourn too long? Do we need to get on with it? Are we paralyzed until we see the whole picture of the next step? Or do we trust God enough to just take the next step, knowing that He will take care of us the whole way Samuel, how long